Welcome, friends, to our exploration of Sanatana Dharma, often referred to as the eternal order or eternal duty. Imagine a river, its source lost in the mists of time, its waters flowing ceaselessly through the ages, nourishing and shaping the landscape. That is Sanatana Dharma. Ancient, ever-evolving, a constant presence in the tapestry of human experience. This isn't just a religion, it's a way of life with principles that are timeless and universal. It's about understanding our place in the cosmos, our connection to the divine and the very essence of our being. Over the next hour, we'll journey through millennia, tracing the evolution of this profound philosophy, from its enigmatic origins to its enduring presence in the modern world. Join me as we delve into the heart of Sanatana Dharma, seeking wisdom from its ancient texts, its timeless stories, and the profound resonance it holds for each of us today. Our journey begins in the Indus Valley over 5,000 years ago. Here, amidst the fertile plains of what is now India and Pakistan, a remarkable civilization flourished, sophisticated, urban and shrouded in an enigmatic past. We find ourselves amidst the bustling cities of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, marveling at their advanced urban planning, intricate drainage systems, and evidence of a thriving trade network that spanned vast distances. But it's the whispers of their spiritual life that truly intrigue us. Archaeologists have unearthed artifacts, seals adorned with enigmatic figures, seated in yogic postures, surrounded by animals, hinting at a deep reverence for nature and perhaps early forms of yoga and meditation. Some scholars see in these symbols the nascent forms of deities that would later grace the Hindu pantheon: Shiva, the cosmic dancer, and the mother goddess. However, the Indus script remains undeciphered, leaving their beliefs open to interpretation. Were these early practices the precursors to Sanatana Dharma, or were they absorbed into its vast and evolving framework over time? The answers, like the ruins themselves, lay buried beneath the sands of time, waiting to be fully understood. What we can surmise is that these people lived in harmony with nature, recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. Their reverence for the divine feminine, their emphasis on ritual purity, and their focus on a life lived in balance seem to echo through the corridors of time, influencing the spiritual landscape that would follow. The Indus Valley Civilization eventually declined, its cities abandoned, its secrets lost to the ages. But their legacy lived on, a whisper carried on the wind, waiting to merge with the currents of change that would shape the next chapter in the story of Sanatana Dharma. For as one civilization fades, another rises, bringing with it new ideas, new beliefs, and a new chapter in the unfolding tapestry of human spirituality. And so, the stage was set for the arrival of a new group of people, the Indo-Aryans, and with them the dawn of the Vedic period. Around 1500 BCE, a nomadic people known as the Indo-Aryans migrated into the Indian subcontinent. They brought with them their own beliefs, rituals, and a collection of sacred hymns known as the Vedas, meaning knowledge in Sanskrit. Imagine, if you will, these nomadic tribes traversing vast landscapes, their chants and hymns echoing across the plains, carrying their hopes, their fears, and their deep reverence for the natural world. The Vedas, the oldest scriptures of Sanatana Dharma, became the bedrock of religious and social life during this era. Composed in beautiful and evocative Sanskrit, they paint a vivid picture of a world pulsating with divine energy. Within their verses, we encounter a pantheon of deities embodying the forces of nature: Agni, the fire god; Surya, the sun god; Indra, the god of thunder and rain. The Vedic people lived in close communion with nature, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the seasons, the cycles of day and night. Their rituals, often performed around sacred fires, were elaborate and meticulously crafted, designed to maintain cosmic order and appease the gods. Animal sacrifices were common, offered as a way to nourish and thank the deities for their blessings. The Vedas also introduced the concept of Dharma, not as a rigid set of rules, but as a cosmic order that governed both the universe and human behavior. To live in accordance with Dharma was to live in harmony with the natural world and fulfill one's purpose in life. This concept, central to Sanatana Dharma, would continue to evolve over the millennia. The Vedic period was a time of profound spiritual exploration, laying the foundation for the philosophical and religious traditions that would follow. Yet within the hymns themselves we see the seeds of change, a yearning for deeper understanding, a quest to move beyond the rituals and touch the very essence of the divine. As the centuries passed, the Vedic rituals, once vibrant expressions of faith, began to feel increasingly formalistic. A new generation of seekers emerged, philosophers and mystics who sought a more direct experience of the divine, a deeper understanding of the self and its place in the cosmos. Their quest for truth would usher in a new era, a period of profound philosophical inquiry known as the Upanishadic Period. As the Vedic period drew to a close, a profound shift began to take place in the religious consciousness of ancient India. People began to question the efficacy of rituals and the multiplicity of gods. There arose a deep yearning for a more direct, more personal experience of the divine. It was from this fertile ground of introspection that the Upanishads emerged, a collection of philosophical texts that would forever alter the course of Sanatana Dharma. Imagine, if you will, these wandering sages renouncing the material world, seeking answers in the solitude of forests and hermitages. They engaged in deep contemplation, intense dialogues, and rigorous self-inquiry. Their insights recorded in the Upanishads, which means sitting down near a teacher to receive spiritual knowledge. These texts marked a radical departure from the ritualistic focus of the Vedic period. They delved into profound philosophical questions about the nature of reality, the self, and the ultimate truth. Concepts like Atman, the individual soul; Brahman, the ultimate reality; karma, action and its consequences; Moksha, liberation from the cycle of birth and death; and reincarnation took center stage. The Upanishads proclaimed the essential unity of all things. The Atman, the individual soul, was declared to be one with Brahman, the universal consciousness, like drops of water merging into the vast ocean. This profound realization that we are not separate from the divine, but rather an integral part of it, formed the bedrock of Vedanta, the philosophical heart of Sanatana Dharma. The Upanishadic period was a time of immense intellectual and spiritual ferment, giving rise to diverse schools of thought that grappled with these profound concepts. It was during this time that the idea of a single ultimate reality, referred to by various names like Brahman, took root, forever changing the understanding of the divine. The Upanishads, with their focus on self-realization and the pursuit of spiritual liberation, laid the groundwork for the development of various paths within Sanatana Dharma. They provided the philosophical foundation for the emergence of yoga, meditation, and other spiritual practices aimed at realizing the inherent divinity within. The echoes of the Upanishadic wisdom continue to resonate throughout the ages, offering profound insights into the nature of existence and the human condition. Their timeless wisdom transcends cultural and historical boundaries, speaking to the deepest longings of the human spirit. The search for meaning, purpose, and ultimately, liberation. As the philosophical inquiries of the Upanishads reverberated through the land, a new chapter unfolded in the story of Sanatana Dharma, the epic and Puranic period. This era witnessed a flowering of storytelling, a weaving together of profound philosophical truths with captivating narratives that would capture the hearts and minds of people for millennia to come. Imagine, if you will, storytellers captivating audiences with tales of gods and mortals, of love and loss, of duty and destiny. These stories, passed down through generations, weren't mere entertainment. They were vehicles for conveying moral and spiritual lessons, for making the profound wisdom of the Upanishads accessible to all. Two epic poems, the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, emerged as cornerstones of this period. The Mahabharata, a tale of a dynastic struggle between good and evil, explores themes of duty, dharma, and the complexities of human relationships. Within its verses lies the Bhagavad Gita, a sacred text revered by millions, a dialogue between Arjuna, a warrior prince, and Krishna, his charioteer and the divine incarnate, offering timeless wisdom on navigating the challenges of life. The Ramayana, a story of love, adventure, and the battle between Rama, an avatar of Vishnu, and the demon king Ravana, teaches the importance of righteousness, devotion, and the triumph of good over evil. These epics, with their compelling characters, intricate plots, and profound moral dilemmas, served as powerful tools for transmitting the values and teachings of Sanatana Dharma to the masses. Alongside these epics, a vast body of literature known as the Puranas emerged. These texts, rich in mythology, cosmology, and history, presented complex philosophical ideas in a more accessible and engaging format. They introduced the concept of avatars, divine incarnations who descend to earth to restore Dharma and guide humanity. The epic and Puranic period witnessed the growth of bhakti, a path of devotion to a personal god. This era saw the rise of prominent deities like Shiva, Vishnu, and Devi, each with their own unique attributes and stories. People connected with these deities on a personal level, expressing their devotion through prayers, songs, and rituals. The stories and teachings of this period continue to inspire and guide millions today. They remind us of the eternal battle between good and evil, the importance of living a life guided by Dharma, and the transformative power of devotion and faith. As the sun rose on the 5th century CE, it illuminated a period of unparalleled cultural and spiritual flourishing in India, the Classical Period. This era witnessed a vibrant expression of Sanatana Dharma in art, architecture, literature, music, and dance. Imagine, if you will, a society where every aspect of life, from the grandest temples to the simplest rituals, was infused with a deep sense of the sacred. Temples, magnificent in their scale and intricate in their detail, rose across the land, becoming centers of not just worship, but also learning, art, and community life. The soaring towers, the elaborately carved sculptures, the vibrant murals depicting scenes from mythology, all served as a testament to the profound faith and artistic genius of the times. This period witnessed a golden age of philosophical inquiry. Schools of thought like Advaita Vedanta, championed by the philosopher Adi Shankaracharya, emphasized the non-dual nature of reality, the oneness of the individual soul with Brahman. Dvaita Vedanta, propagated by Madhvacharya, proposed a dualistic philosophy, emphasizing the eternal distinction between the soul and the divine. The Bhakti movement continued to flourish, with poet-saints like Andal in the south and Mirabai in the north, composing soul-stirring hymns that transcended social and linguistic barriers. Their passionate devotion, expressed through ecstatic poetry and song, resonated with people from all walks of life, emphasizing the personal and emotional connection with the divine. The Classical Period was a testament to the dynamism and adaptability of Sanatana Dharma. It embraced diversity of thought and expression, fostering an environment where various schools of philosophy and spiritual practice could coexist and enrich one another. It was a time when the spiritual essence of Sanatana Dharma found expression in every facet of life, leaving behind a legacy of art, architecture, and intellectual brilliance that continues to inspire awe and wonder today. As we enter the medieval period, the landscape of India began to shift once more. New forces emerged, bringing with them different beliefs and ways of life. The arrival of Islam in the Indian subcontinent brought about profound changes, leading to both conflict and cultural exchange. Yet amidst these turbulent times, Sanatana Dharma demonstrated its remarkable resilience and capacity for adaptation. The arrival of Islam introduced a new faith with its own distinct set of beliefs and practices. While there were periods of conflict, particularly in the north, there were also significant instances of peaceful coexistence and cultural fusion. Sufi saints, with their emphasis on love, tolerance, and the unity of all beings, found common ground with Hindu mystics, leading to a rich exchange of ideas and practices. Within Sanatana Dharma, the Bhakti and Sant movements gained even greater momentum during this period. Saints like Kabir, Nanak, and Ravidas transcended religious boundaries, preaching a message of love, unity, and devotion to a single, formless God. They challenged social hierarchies, denounced empty rituals, and emphasized the importance of inner experience over outward forms. These movements resonated with people from all walks of life, offering a path to spiritual liberation accessible to all, regardless of caste, creed, or social standing. Their teachings emphasized the universality of spiritual truths, promoting tolerance and harmony amongst diverse communities. The medieval period also saw the emergence of powerful kingdoms in South India, like the Vijayanagara Empire, that fiercely protected and patronized Sanatana Dharma. This era witnessed the construction of magnificent temples, the flourishing of arts and literature, and a resurgence of interest in ancient scriptures and philosophical texts. Despite the challenges posed by external forces and internal changes, Sanatana Dharma adapted and evolved, demonstrating its inherent flexibility and enduring appeal. The Bhakti and Sant movements in particular breathed new life into the tradition, emphasizing the universality of its spiritual message and its relevance to people from all walks of life. The dawn of the 18th century brought with it a new era, one marked by the rise of European colonialism. The British East India Company, initially arriving for trade, gradually expanded its influence, eventually establishing control over vast swathes of the Indian subcontinent. This period of British rule brought about profound changes in the political, social and religious landscape of India, and Sanatana Dharma found itself at a crossroads, facing both challenges and opportunities for introspection. The introduction of Western education, with its emphasis on reason, science and critical thinking, had a significant impact on the Indian psyche. Many Indians embraced Western education, leading to the rise of a new intellectual elite that began to question traditional beliefs and practices. This period witnessed a renewed interest in studying ancient Hindu scriptures through a more critical and analytical lens. Christian missionaries, active during this time, sought to spread their faith, often criticizing Sanatana Dharma's practices and beliefs. This led to debates and discussions about the merits of different religions, prompting some within Sanatana Dharma to reevaluate their own traditions and emphasize their universal values. This period witnessed the rise of reform movements within Sanatana Dharma, seeking to cleanse the tradition of what they perceived as social ills and superstitions. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, a prominent social reformer, founded the Brahmo Samaj, advocating for the abolition of sati, the practice of widow immolation, and promoting education for women. Dayanand Saraswati established the Arya Samaj, emphasizing a return to the purity of the Vedas and rejecting later additions to the tradition. These reform movements sought to revitalize Sanatana Dharma, making it more relevant to the changing times while preserving its essential spiritual core. The Colonial Period was a time of immense upheaval and transformation, forcing Sanatana Dharma to confront new ideas, challenge outdated practices, and articulate its relevance in a rapidly changing world. This period of introspection and reform paved the way for a more modern and inclusive expression of the tradition, one that would engage with the challenges of the 20th century and beyond. As India gained its independence in 1947, Sanatana Dharma entered a new chapter, one marked by both challenges and opportunities on a global stage. The partition of India and Pakistan resulted in immense upheaval and displacement, forcing millions to rebuild their lives in new lands. Yet amidst this turmoil, the seeds of a global diaspora were sown, carrying the traditions and teachings of Sanatana Dharma to distant shores. The latter half of the 20th century witnessed a surge of interest in Eastern spirituality in the West. Yoga, meditation, and other practices, once confined to ashrams and hermitages, found new audiences seeking solace, meaning, and a more holistic approach to life. Gurus and teachers traveled far and wide, sharing their wisdom and practices, contributing to a growing awareness and appreciation of Sanatana Dharma's teachings. Figures like Swami Vivekananda, who had captivated audiences at the 1893 Parliament of the World's Religions in Chicago, became global ambassadors of Sanatana Dharma, emphasizing its universal message of peace, tolerance, and the divinity within all beings. The rise of technology and globalization further accelerated the spread of Sanatana Dharma. Books, articles, and online resources made its teachings accessible to a global audience. The Internet, in particular, connected individuals and communities across continents, fostering dialogue and understanding across cultures. Today, Sanatana Dharma continues to evolve, adapting to the complexities of a globalized world. It faces challenges from materialism, consumerism, and the rapid pace of modern life. Yet it also finds itself uniquely positioned to offer a sense of grounding, purpose, and spiritual connection in an increasingly interconnected yet fragmented world. As we stand at the cusp of a new era, Sanatana Dharma continues to inspire millions around the globe, offering a path to inner peace, self-realization, and a more harmonious way of life. Its enduring wisdom, passed down through generations, reminds us of our interconnectedness, our essential unity, and the boundless potential that resides within each and every one of us. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the rich history and core ideas of Sanatana Dharma. We've traversed millennia, explored ancient cities and sacred texts, encountered profound philosophical concepts and captivating stories. From the whispers of the Indus Valley to the global tapestry of the modern era, we've witnessed the enduring power of Sanatana Dharma to adapt, evolve, and offer timeless wisdom for navigating the complexities of human existence. Its teachings on Dharma, karma, reincarnation, and the pursuit of Moksha continue to resonate with millions seeking meaning, purpose, and spiritual fulfillment. Stay tuned for more enlightening content on timeless traditions and their modern-day relevance. Until then, may the wisdom of Sanatana Dharma illuminate your path and guide you on your own unique journey of self-discovery.